We have challenges.
Why aren't you more panicked that thousands of people, by their own admission, the admission of the British government, arrested every year for saying words, not threats, words.
I am. I've expressed
So why doesn't someone try to overthrow the government? I don't understand. How can they treat you like slaves if
they
you put
carry
up
on
with it?
down that road?
Well, they are carrying it on. It's thousands a year, and it's getting more.
Then they will be voted out of office. I guarantee it. Yes. That's how
Is that what Winston Churchill would say? I think Winston Churchill said, even if a strong man tries to take Poland, a country we've got nothing to do with, it's not even close to here, we're going to risk the lives of our citizens to liberate Poland.
Poland is closer to here than your home is to New York.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
So it's all relative. So
it's a tiny little Lego Europe.
Right,
I get it.
If Maine got attacked, would you expect people in New York to help you?
Poland has nothing to do with it.
If Maine got attacked, would you expect people in New York to help you?
It's the same country.
Okay. But you're actually further.
Kind of a big distinction.
Well,
My country's quite large.
We were part of Europe, the same continent.
You were not part of. I call bullshit on that.
Really?
In 1940, you were not part of Europe.
You don't think? Well, of course we're on
You were
Europe.
definitely not part
We're
of.
on the continent of Europe.
You are not on the continent. You're an island, dude, off the continent, separated by a body of water. Do you know what it's called between you and France? It's called the English Channel.
I know what
you were not part of Europe. That is not true.
We are part of
My
Europe.
ancestors lived here. You were not. You were England.
We are part of Europe.
France was considered exotic and crazy. That's where the prostitutes and the cheese eaters lived. It's only the brainwashing of Tony Blair and all these technocrats since who have convinced you you're European. You're way better than European. You're an ancient Germanic Celtic people who ruled the world. Do you remember that in your wooden ships? Anyway, but the point is, no, I'm serious.
You
did.
Talk some crap sometimes.
No,
it's
totally
good
real.
Crap, come on.
With the mass from Maine, White Pines. But the point is, your country went to war to preserve human rights in another country you had nothing to do with, but human rights are evaporating in your own country, and it's cool because you have soccer games with foreigners at them and good burrata.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying maybe something about the heroic British spirit has been diminished with time. That's all I'm saying.
But there is a very lovely, quaint notion being built up in the United States, driven by people like Tommy Robinson here.
Who's Tommy Robinson?
You know Tommy Robinson.
He seems like a fraud to me.
Well, he's not even Tommy Robinson. His name's Stephen Yaxley. It's not even his real name. He's also convicted of multiple crimes. Thuggery, fraud.
I don't even know anything about him, but he doesn't seem like he's that into Britain.
We would call him a little shit stirrer, right? However,
the real people here, the actual Britons.
But this idea that he's driven, that we're on the verge of some sort of civil war here. Do you feel that when you walk around?
No, because that's my point. You're so passive.
We're not passive.
They take your human rights away, and you're like, oh, defending Ukraine is so important. We're so proud to have defended Poland's territorial integrity 80 years ago. It's like, great, I'm so glad.
I'm very proud of that.
Apparently. Yeah. But it's all a kind of displacement where you're taking your own frustrations with yourselves and your own cowardice and sort of living in this Walter Mitty world. We're like, no, actually, we're brave. We're going to defend Ukraine. It's like, what about defend yourselves against the monsters
who are taking defending Ukraine?
It's like 8th on the list. Defend yourself. Defend your human rights. Sure. They can't put you in jail for saying naughty words.
Sure.
Period.
I agree.
So march on the Capitol. Get these people out. Scare them.
Yeah.
Do to them what you did to the Germans in Poland, which you would like to do to the Russians in
But the way
Eastern
it works,
Ukraine.
We are a democratic society with a democratic government.
How is it democratic? Nobody wants the invasion.
If a government overreaches, and I think on free speech they've lost the plot, if they do, they will get, I can guarantee you, voted out of office.
When was the last time Britons voted for millions of foreigners to come to their country?
Well, you don't. You vote for a government that makes
decisions. You don't ever vote for that. So the biggest thing that's ever happened in your history, nobody voted for.
People flag up what their policies are going to be. But actually what it's been is a systematic failure to control our borders going back, I would say, 25 years. That's really what's happened.
Just all I'm saying is it doesn't seem democratic. It doesn't seem that's what the people want at all.
I agree. It's now become a massive issue. And the big issue, actually, is because they put a lot of these so-called asylum seekers, and many of them are not, they're economic seekers who want a better life here. I don't blame them. It's a great country to come to. But a lot of them are being put in really nice quality hotels. And while they're being processed, sometimes for 2 years, 3 years, they're living a very comfortable, luxurious life in neighborhoods where there is real abject poverty. And that is what is causing a lot of unrest. And I get that. And I have great sympathy with the people who live in those areas who are really struggling to feed their kids, who are seeing these people coming in on the boats illegally and being put in fancy hotels. That has to stop. And you also have to process these people a lot quicker. for their sake and for the country's. Are you a genuine asylum seeker? I never want this country to be a place that rejects genuine asylum seekers.
Why?
Well, because actually I believe that we have a duty to take care of people who are genuinely
How
fleeing.
about your own people?
Well, what about fleeing war-torn countries where we started the war? What about people?
Stop starting wars. You're doing it again.
Okay, but one of us opposed the Iraq war at the time, and it wasn't you.
I've been atoning for it ever since. I was one of the worst offenders.
I led the campaign here against the Iraq war. Cost me my job in the end. I led the
Good for you.
I led a front-page assault on that.
You should stick with that. You should stick with that.
Well, I agree. I take a lot of. I like to look at each war in isolation. Well, I do.
I get it. The West, specifically by which I mean your country, which is really the seat of the West, has been in decline since the war. So, what is that? Do you know?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's been in decline since the war. There was a lot of recovery after the war. It was a devastating war. I mean, one of the most extraordinary aspects of that war is that Winston Churchill, who many people here to this day believe pretty well single-handedly rallied the morale of the people here to help us defeat the Nazis, albeit with obviously America's help, that he, in the end, at the end of the war, he got thrown out of office because so many people came back to a really bad lifestyle. A lot of impoverishment, a lot of homelessness, and so on.
Well, maybe were there other reasons?
No, that was why they took it out.
Did Germany attack you first? Was that what happened?
What do you mean?
Did Germany attack Britain? Is that how you got into a war with Germany?
Germany attacked Poland.
Oh, but not the UK.
No.
Oh, okay. Because that does get lost.
They wanted.
So you voluntarily joined the war.
Yes.
Okay, right. I'm not defending Hitler, of course, but it's just a fact that you weren't attacked. So when you say that Churchill saved Britain, well, Britain got into the war voluntarily.
Well, not voluntarily. One of our neighboring European countries was attacked, and it was quite clear that Adolf Hitler and the Nazis wanted to take over Europe. This was an existential threat to Europe and therefore to the UK. So
you're arguing that he would have come for the UK?
100%.
Even though
I think it's very naive.
Your politicians and there's not one person who was saying that in 1939-40.
Well, no, Neville Chamberlain wasn't, because he totally misread what was going on. Winston Churchill completely read correctly what was going on and came out of the wilderness to actually come and save us. I think without him...
you signed a treaty with Poland that locked you into a course of action that destroyed your country. I'm just saying.
You don't honestly think the Nazis would have stopped at Poland?
I have no idea. I'm just saying...
Yes, you do, Tucker. Come on.
I'm just going by what contemporaneous sources said. I have no idea. Hitler invaded Russia, so obviously that's deranged and incredibly destructive. So I don't know is the truth. He was focused on communism. No one doubts that. This was not a communist country. But I'm just saying Britain voluntarily joined the war. It was a war that you were not involved in and you got in. But my question is, why did it destroy Britain? I don't understand. As the victor nation.
It didn't destroy Britain.
Well, look outside.
Look outside.
We're in the city of London.
Hang on. There's Tower Bridge. It's the Tower of London. Magnificent office blocks here.
It changed London.
Why do you look at this and see a wrecked country? I don't.
Well, I don't see an English country. So we're in the city of London now.
What do you mean there? What do you mean by that?
It's not... Well, people whose ancestors built Stonehenge are not here anymore. So the city of London is 36% white, and that's happened in the last, 40 years.
But England is about 70% white.
England.
Yes.
Okay. Well, it was 99% in 1945.
Okay, so we've evolved.
But you're on the way to becoming the minority in the country. So no one wants to say that. I think you can get arrested for saying that here.
Well, no,
that's not white supremacy. This is the indigenous population of the country.
Well, it's a statistical fact that I think by 2100, we will be a minority white country.
2063 as of today.
Well, I've read a bit later.
But these are dynamic numbers, so they change.
Yeah, but here's my question for you. So what?
Well, let me refer to the beginning of our conversation when you said that the people who live in a country define the character of that country. And then you said, yes, all the things for which we were famous and in which we had pride, like our stoicism, our concern for others, our tidiness, the cleanest country in the world now, it's pretty filthy. All those things change when you get new people moving there. You said that. I mean, you're the racist, not me. So I'm just using the parameters that you set. I
did not say that was down to
you didn't say
white people coming to the country.
Well, that's who lived here.
I don't believe that.
No, but That's what you said. You said
I said there was creaking pressure on public services.
No.
From the increased
but
population.
you also maybe foolishly admitted the truth. You could get arrested for this, so I know the stakes are high. But you said that when the people who live in a country change, so does the culture, which is like the most obvious. It's like when it rains out, it gets wet. That's not a controversial observation, but it's illegal here because it is true. And my only point is not against, I've already said, I like the Bangladeshis better than I like the liberal whites in your country. A lot more. They've never yelled at me. I'm not attacking them. I'm just saying the things that made Britain, England. Is there still an England? I have no idea. Those are going away because there are different people living here. And if you think that those are good things in the same way that the Swedes or the Chinese or the people in Burundi and Chad, they like their culture. It's their ancestors' culture. And now it's gone. And why can't we say that's bad?
Well, this Christmas, give the gift of sleep with 8 Sleep. Everybody needs good rest for most of their days, but few know how to actually get it. 8 Sleep's Pod 5 is the answer to that. Pod 5 is a smart mattress that automatically regulates your body temperature throughout the night. It's proven to deliver up to an extra hour of good sound sleep every single night. That will change your life if you get it. Plenty of people on our staff use the Pod 5 and they are very psyched. That's why they're so focused and well rested. I can see them humming around right now. The full body feeling of comfort, that's what keeps you in the sack and fully crashed out. We recommend it strongly. 8 Sleep. They're on their biggest sale of the year this month from November 10th until December 1st. That is 8sleep.com/Tucker. The code is Tucker, $700 off. There's a reason it has won the Men's Health Sleep Award. It's the best. 8sleep.com/Tucker.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. We hope you'll subscribe to it. And by the way, you can hit the little bell on there and get notifications every time we produce a video. We hope you'll do that also.